In the world of football, there are great games, great teams, and great moments. But on the night of May 25th, 2005, something truly extraordinary happened. A moment that would forever be etched into the heart and soul of football history. A moment so incredible, so unbelievable, that it would be remembered simply as the Miracle of Istanbul. The stage was set in the Ataturk Olympic Stadium in Istanbul, Turkey, for the 2005 UEFA Champions League final. On one side, the mighty AC Milan, a team overflowing with world-class talent: Paolo Maldini, Andriy Shevchenko, Kaká, Andrea Pirlo, Clarence Seedorf, legends who had already cemented their place in football's pantheon. Milan were giants, and they walked into that stadium like kings. On the other side, Liverpool, a team with a proud history, no doubt, but one that had seen better days. They had scraped and clawed their way to this final, guided by their inspirational manager, Rafa Benitez, and led by their captain, Steven Gerrard, a man who embodied the heart of the city and the club. But against Milan, this was David versus Goliath. From the first whistle, it seemed like this was going to be a long night for the Reds. Just 50 seconds into the match, Milan's captain Paolo Maldini struck. A perfect volley. Boom! 1-0 to Milan. The Liverpool fans were stunned. Before they could even catch their breath, Milan had taken control of the game, asserting their dominance. Liverpool tried to respond, but Milan were like a machine. Pirlo dictated the tempo. Kaká danced through the midfield. Shevchenko and Crespo were hunting for goals. Then came the second blow, a devastating counter-attack. Kaká, with a single flick, unlocked the Liverpool defence, and Hernan Crespo was there to slot it home. 2-0. Liverpool were falling apart. Their defence crumbled under the relentless pressure. Just before half-time, the unthinkable happened. Another pass from Kaká, another calm finish from Crespo. 3-0. The game was over, or so it seemed. As the teams walked off at half-time, Liverpool's players looked shell-shocked. Their fans were silent, save for a few whispers of disbelief. AC Milan fans were already celebrating, their players smiling, feeling like they had one hand on the trophy. But in the dressing room of Liverpool, something stirred. Rafa Benitez, knowing they were up against an impossible task, made a bold decision. He switched tactics, bringing on Didi Hamann to stabilise the midfield. Steven Gerrard, the captain, stood up, looked his teammates in the eye and simply said, "We cannot let this end like this." The fans, who had travelled from Merseyside, were down but not defeated. And as the second half began, something magical happened. The Liverpool fans sang their anthem, "You'll Never Walk Alone," their voices growing louder, rising into the night, as if willing their team to believe again. The players heard it, and slowly they began to believe too. In the 54th minute, it started. Steven Gerrard, Captain Fantastic, rose high to meet a cross. Boom! His header sailed past Dida and into the net. 3-1. Liverpool's fans roared. Could it be? Could the comeback really start here? 2 minutes later, it happened again. Smicer, on the edge of the box, struck a low-driven shot. Dida got a hand to it but couldn't keep it out. 3-2. Just like that, the impossible seemed possible. Milan looked rattled, stunned by this sudden resurgence. Liverpool, fueled by belief, pressed harder and harder. Then came the moment that would define the night. Gerrard, surging into the box, was brought down. Penalty! The weight of the world now rested on Xabi Alonso's shoulders. He stepped up and hit it hard. But Dida saved it, yet Alonso, with the reflexes of a cat, slammed in the rebound. 3-3. Liverpool had done it. They had clawed their way back from the brink. The Miracle of Istanbul was truly underway. But it wasn't over. Extra time followed, and Milan tried to regroup. Shevchenko had 2 glorious chances, but Liverpool's goalkeeper, Jerzy Dudek, turned into a wall. A save, one that defied all logic, where Dudek stopped Shevchenko's point-blank shot, not once, but twice, in quick succession. It was miraculous. Destiny was calling Liverpool. The game went to penalties, and the stadium held its breath. Milan, with their legendary players, were favourites, but Dudek had other plans. He pulled out his now famous wobbly legs routine, dancing on the line to unnerve the Milan shooters. It worked. Serginho blasted over. Next, Pirlo, AC Milan's maestro. Surely he'll score. Dudek dives, save. Unbelievable. Milan was rattled. Suddenly, the momentum was all Liverpool's. On the other side, Liverpool's Heyman, Cisse and Smicer all converted their penalties coolly. While John Arnereese's was saved, but it was still advantage Liverpool. And then came the moment that would seal the game. Shevchenko, one of the world's best strikers, stood ready to take Milan's final shot. He runs up, strikes it with power, but Dudek guesses right. With his left hand, he saves it. The crowd goes wild. Liverpool fans explode with joy. They've done it. Against all odds, they've won the shootout 3-2 and completed one of the greatest comebacks in football history. Istanbul 2005 became legendary that night, and Dudek's penalty heroics will be remembered forever. The final score, AC Milan 3, Liverpool 3. But after penalties, it was 5-3 to Liverpool. Against all odds, from 3-0 down, Liverpool had achieved the impossible. It was more than just a football match. It was a miracle, a story of hope, belief and resilience. A story that reminded the world why football is not just a game, but a source of inspiration, passion and dreams. On that unforgettable night in Istanbul, the legend of Liverpool was forever changed. And to this day, whenever we speak of comebacks, of resilience, of miracles, we remember the night when Liverpool defied the odds and created history.